Hello and welcome to Hexed Encountered. I'm Joe. In this video, we'll be doing the 6th installment of our Storm of Steel Ju-87 Stuka Eastern Front campaign play. This is from Compass Games and designer Joe Fernandez. As I mentioned, this is the 6th installment, so there are 5 previous episodes if you'd like to catch up and haven't seen them all, as well as a first look where I talked about game components and so on and so forth. So last couple missions did not go particularly well. This one, we have basically five active aircraft, and they're all in this mission. And we do have some replacements coming. We will pick up one aircraft that was damaged. We'll get that back after this mission. We'll also get some crew back as well, replacement crew, which come in as green. And the crew we've lost has all been veteran crew, so that's kind of a bummer. But the first thing we must do is determine what our mission will be. So I'm going to roll a d6 and a d10. The d6 is a 6, and that is a troops target. So we've had one of these before, and that is a medium target. Here is the troops counter, as you can see. And the 3 indicates it's in target zone 3. All right, so that should be a fairly easy one, especially with 5 aircraft. Hopefully this will go well. We shall see. All right, I put my 5th aircraft back in the cup. So after we do that, we will determine what ammunition we want to take. So we will be taking cluster bombs this time, I think, because they can be used against troop or artillery targets. So that would be right here. So that will be our mission ordnance. So the cluster DRM against a medium target. You can see here, hopefully, I know it's small. It's a -2 against medium target, which is troop and artillery, and 0 against everything else. So that will be our mission target. I don't think I have special counters for that particular ammunition. No, I don't. Okay, we've got everything filled out. I'll do the log sheet at the end. That's usually how I've been doing it. I did write down all the pilots and everything already. I just haven't written down the mission and all that stuff. So we're going to move it from the, we're going to move our Staffel here to Zone 1. Draw an event card. Ace. Your Staffel recognizes a famous Luftwaffe ace flying in your vicinity. Remove 2 crew stress from any crew member. We don't have any that are flying currently. So we will move on to 2. We don't have to check for interception in zone 1. Draw again. Clear weather. Mark good visibility on an air ops map. Do not roll for visibility. Nice. Superseded by other weather event cards. But for now, we're going to have good visibility. And I always forget to take those off after each mission. But good visibility is always a good thing. So now let's roll for interception, and we get a 9. And a 9 on the fighter intercept is a no contact. So now we're in our mission zone where we do not draw an event card and we do not roll for interception. However, we would roll for target visibility, which we don't need to do. So now we need to roll for anti-aircraft with our D10. And we get a 7, which is medium, and 2 aircraft to be drawn out for targets. So we come here, we'll take 2 chits out. We get 2 and 5. So we'll put our target markers on 2 and 5. And we will resolve the attack now. So we use our D6 and our D10 together. Oh my God, I always roll a 6, which is like destroyed and killed in action. And oh my God, an 8. Fuel system, explosion, killed in action. So that would be Weigel and Fryan. They have been killed. So I'm going to, let's see, I put it back. I'm going to pull the chit out so I know which aircraft it was, even though it really doesn't matter. I guess it really doesn't matter. We'll just put these guys in here. And these will go out. And this has been destroyed. So that's 1. down, and now we'll roll for the second one, and I'm ditching the D6 because that black D6 is like bad luck. Well, it's not a 6 at least. 1, add 1 crew stress, and a 4 rather, would be plus 1 crew stress. So 2 crew stress for target number 5. I will take crew stress every time over getting blown out of the sky. All right. So now we can roll for our attack. So good weather is 0 DRM. The pilots are veterans except for De Noort over here. He's green, but even so, it's all zeros. So we have no DRM here. So we're just rolling straight up on our bombing attack accuracy. We get a 4 for Rudel, with the -2 DRM becomes a 2. So a 2 is, with a medium target, is an 85. So that's pretty good. Now we will roll for Kluber. He gets a 9, -2 is a 7, and a 7 is a 20 for a medium target. So that is not so good. And now we'll roll for Steiner. He gets a 5, -2 is a 3, that is a 70. That's pretty good. And last but certainly not least, De Noort and Fernandez. They get a 2, which is going to get down to a 1, which is, hey, look at that, a 100. That is awesome. Now, if that were a ship of the like cruiser, destroyer, battleship, submarine variety, a 100 would actually be a good score for the mission, a perfect score for the mission, and the crew would get an automatic experience bump. So that would have been sweet. We had one maritime mission a few missions back, and it was against gunboats, which did not qualify, although we did have a crew score of 100 in that one. So now we have to turn around and head on home. So we're going to go to 2, pull a card. Command Confusion. Move mission counter 1 zone away from formation. Do not roll for intercept. So we're already on our way back, so I'm going to assume that that means don't roll for interception. Now we go to 1, which we don't have to roll for interception either, and we get friend or foe. Pilot see fighter silhouettes in the distance. Add 1 crew stress to Staffel leader. Well, that would be Rudel. And then we get to the airfield where it's all landing. These guys don't have to worry about it. The 1 crew stress does not add a die roll modifier. These guys do have to roll. They need to roll anything but a 10. And you get a 4, so De Noort puts the Stuka on the ground without incident, and that is the end of the mission, and it was a fairly successful one. So we will now go into our post-mission wrap-up. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so the area we're looking at is over here to the right. So before let's do the timer stuff first. So this one comes off, so we get an aircraft back, which leaves us with now 4 aircraft that are out of service, all destroyed actually. No damaged. 4 destroyed aircraft. We're down to 6. These 2 move to 1, so they will come in. They will be available after our next mission. These 2 go to 6. Now, we did get another one that was destroyed, so we have to roll for that. So there is a chart for this, and I'm going to roll my D10. And our chart is right here, destroyed aircraft replacement. So you have to roll a D6. And we roll a 4, and a 4 or 5 is 5 missions. So I was actually rolling this incorrectly earlier, so I'm going to move this up by... I'm going to move this up 1, just 1. And because the highest it can be is 7, and so I'm just going to move it up to 5 because it happened in the past. And so this one is also a 5, so that goes on there as well. Then we'll roll for the crew that we lost. So crew recovery, crew status, KIA, we roll 1d10. So they were killed, and we get a 3, so that's pretty good. So we will get a green pilot and a green gunner 3 turns from now. Now these two will move up, and this one moves up. So we get 2 pilots. One of them will go with Rupert, and then one of them will go here, and his gunner will go with him. And I'll draw, actually, they go on the experience ones. We'll draw them out. Our pilots will be Schwartzel and Blasig. And our gunner will be Kupfer. Kupfer. Put him right there. I know that didn't actually come in, but so we have some new crew for the continuation. Then you would start removing stress. So these guys would lose stress. These guys would lose a stress, leaving them at 2. He would lose one of his stresses. He has many. So here's our score sheet. So we were doing mission 6 here, as you can see. So these are our pilots. You can see I mark Weigel and Fryen as being killed in action. I put a dash for their score. I marked as destroyed. Our target was troops. It was a medium size. It was in zone 3. Rudel's score was 80. We got a 0 here because he was destroyed by anti-aircraft fire. Kluber got a 20. Steiner got a 70. De Noort got a 100. Added them together, it was 270, which is 54 when you divide it by 5. And they get a +3 for bonus since they only lost 1 aircraft. And the total score for that mission was 57. Of course, previous one was 25. So we're doing okay in general, but not great. But that's going to do it for this episode. Please let me know if you're enjoying this, and maybe I'll consider extending it via Vassal if there is a Vassal module available, and if not, when the Vassal module is available. I've got notes on what everybody's stress level and everything is, so I should be okay as far as refiguring all this out. I will take some pictures as well, only because I'm going to need the table space for doing other things. But yeah, if you would like to see this continue on Vassal, I'm certainly willing to do that. I do like this game. It gets 2 thumbs up from me. It's fun. So yeah, I mean, if you like this kind of narrative type game where you can manage various crews and deal with stress level and pilots you might like, or air crew you might like getting blown out of the sky, yeah, this might be one for you. So that will do it. I'm Joe. This is Hexed Encountered. Please consider liking, sharing, and or subscribing. Feel free to comment. I will do my best to get back to you. But until next time, as always, happy gaming.